Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are here for Financial Fitness Friday. I got my co-host Dave. How's it going, Dave?
It's going great, brother. How are you?
Good. So, what I want to talk to you guys about is savings versus investing, right? And I think this is so important because so many businesses I see are not don't have adequate cash or savings. Same thing with people, right? And so what I want you to do is figure out what number, right? I'm going to give you guys, this is all tactics here, okay? Because when you have adequate savings and you're investing, it takes the financial pressure off, okay? And it allows you to make better decisions, right? The worst thing you could do is make emotional decisions, especially when it comes to money. The best thing you could do is be able to take a step back and not have pressure to make a decision or rush into something. Okay. And this is coming from someone that does finance for a living. All right. How you set up your savings and your investing. I always talk about, hey, you should do, make sure your hard costs are no more than 30% of your income. And then maybe you do 25% or 30% investing, 30% savings, and then the rest is discretionary. However, if you don't know what a good baseline is to have on hand, it's very hard to divide up the pie of income that's going to come in, right? And so I'll give you guys um, something I did in the past. I currently do it, but the numbers change as you earn more money. Okay. So first, if you're operating a business, you want to know how much it costs you to operate each month. You should have at least 3 months, of operational costs ready to go. Okay. At least 3 months. And I know that you're going to say, hey, that's not possible, or just my business doesn't run that way. You have to find a way to make it possible. Right. And I'll tell you, like, what I did was I took probably 1,000 a week and I put it into some type of corporate investing. Okay. And so 1,000 a week for my business is really, I'm not going to feel that, give or take. Right. However, what happens is now I have my normal cash flow, and now I have an account that's sitting there that has, let's say 3 or 4 months worth of run rate, maybe even more, depending. And it allows me to have the flexibility to maneuver my company in ways that if I didn't have that money, I wouldn't be able to, right? And that's easy. You can do saving and investing the exact same way. You're getting paid, X amount goes in a savings account, X amount goes in investing. Like if you sign on with TD, if you want to invest in the stock market, let's say, stock market, you can have auto withdrawals, weekly, monthly, whatever it is, to put cash in the account and buy what you want to invest in. All right. What does this do? It obviously protects, if you're investing well, it should hold your earning power, if not increase it. Right. And personally, you want to have a number in mind that you actively have in your savings account. A couple of years ago, that number for me was 50,000. As long as I had 50,000 on hand at any given time, I was good. And anytime I got substantially above 50,000, what I would do is I would look for a property to invest in, and I would buy it. Right. So think about it. If I'm sitting there with 90,000 in my account, I have $40,000 for a down payment. Okay. Or I have 50,000 for a down payment. And now I know I have to make up that $10,000 difference. All right. And what this allowed me to do is make all the investments I've made over the last few years. Right. So figure out, hey, what would it cost for my family to live for 6 months? That's what you need in your savings. Okay. Have that amount of cash. Anytime you get substantially above it, right? Because you don't want to change your model, okay? Unless you're earning substantially more income. And if you are earning more income, then you're just going to raise that number up. The 50 can go to 75, or the 75 can go to 100, And anytime you get substantially over that number that's in your savings account, guess what? Go out and you put that towards another investment in addition to the weekly or monthly investments you're making, right? Because you can make small little chunks and then large chunks. Dave, did that make sense to you?
Yeah, man, 100%. I think bringing it down to Main Street, I think the biggest question is, well, how do you even get there to begin with? Especially if you're either already in business or if you're brand new or just trying to get in, and there's a favorite term that I like to use, and I don't think a lot of people, when they're comfortable in one situation and transitioning to another, that they don't like it. You got to start falling in love with eating shit sandwiches, man. Like that's it. If you need to get to there to get to that nest egg or that goal when you're starting out, you got to take it on the chin, man. It means cutting back, skipping something out. You got some toys or something that's not producing anything, or if they're depreciating, get rid of that shit. You know what I mean? I think a lot of times, like when it and how to get there, we don't talk about that because people don't want to give stuff up, man. We're a country of stuff. Like, we got to keep up with the Joneses. We need this, we need that, and I love what you're talking about, having these reserves and discretionary income. But a lot of people, it's probably like, okay, that's great and fine and dandy, but how do I get there? Right. And I think, go ahead.
No, you get there. That's why we have a 2-person show.
Yeah.
Right. Because you're enhancing this a lot. You get there by living well below your means.
Yep.
You get there by paying off all the non-performing debt or debt that isn't producing a return. And as that's paid, or when you pay that, it frees up your cash flow so you can then start savings and start investing. I know every single month I have X amount going out into the market, right? No matter what, I have a dead set minimum, right? And I know no matter what, I have more money going into the savings account, right? I just went well below my number, right? That I have to feel some level of comfort because I bought an investment property. And I'm going to tell you guys, like, when you get comfortable operating at that number, when you go below that number, it will absolutely make you hustle that much harder, right? And so what I'm trying to teach everyone is how to systemize your life to be financially successful, right? If you can live well below your means or below your means, save and invest and have it done automatically, both on a personal level and a business level, the quality of your life, the quality of your decisions, and your ability to build wealth will increase tenfold.
It's almost like Mindset Monday, man. Like, comfort kills, man. Like,
Yep.
It fucking kills. There's a time where I started feeling that little comfortability early in the year, and when you start getting in that zone a little bit, man, it's like,
Yeah.
anxiety and shit starts coming, and then and I think this is 75 hard, day 11, by the way. When you start getting back into that zone, that killer instinct again of being uncomfortable, you start wrapping your head and thriving on it. At least I do, anyway. You know what I mean? Like, it makes the anxiety go away. Now you got a shitload of activity. Now you can work. Now you can crush it. Now you just focus on the activity. It's the same thing with this game plan to getting ahead, to creating that little buffer.
Yeah. If you guys want to improve something, it has to be able to be measured, right? What gets measured gets improved. And giving yourself baselines. Like, think about it like this. If your rent is $2,000, you spend $1,000 a month on food. Your car payment and your insurance is $700, right? You're at $3,700 a month. Okay. Let's say you want another, I don't know, 1,000 for discretionary spending. Well, for each month, it's going to cost you about $4,700 to operate. So if you want a 6-month, run rate, having about 30,000 in the account is about right, because that's about where you need to start, right? So map everything out that way and understand what you need, and then operate based on that. And then what you need to do is you need to divide your income up. So if you know you need, let's say, $4,700 a month to live, and you're bringing in, 10,000, Well, guess what? You have $5,300 a month that can go into, savings and investing. Now, what we're not factoring in is like debt. Like if you have credit card debt, your credit cards have to get paid out of that. If you have loans or something else, they have to get paid out of that. So if you think, as soon as you're, in this type of structure, figure out what those are. And then the rest has to get divided up into savings and investing. And at some point, right, when that debt falls off, there's more to save, more to invest, but and you operate out of a level or system of comfort. So if you're putting in $2,500 a month into savings and your savings account is now up to $50,000, you only need $30,000. Well, now you have $20,000 to invest into something, okay, to produce a return. And there's plenty of things that you can do with that amount of money, okay? And if you can strictly operate your life based on those principles, you're going to be able to get way further ahead than the average person. All right. I hope this helped you guys. Share this with someone that needs to hear it. Okay. That's all we ask ever on this show is just share it and or comment, engage with it. We're doing this to help you guys. Dave, you got anything else?
Nah, that's it, brother. You hit that one on the head today, buddy.
Well, I appreciate that, guys. And we'll see you on Mindset Monday. Take care. Have a great weekend.
Be great, y'all.